Last night, Stephen Kwan posted his 5th consecutive multi-hit game, including a home run, and Josh Naylor continued to torment the Southsiders just as he has done all season long, and that was more than enough for Tristan McKenzie, who went out and pitched 8 innings, struck out 13 White Sox, and the Cleveland Guardians inch closer toward another Central Division title. Tonight, it's the series finale. They've got a chance for the sweep with Shane Bieber on the hill against Johnny Cueto. Here's the standings as we head into play tonight. The Guardians' magic number sits at 7. A win tonight would reduce it to just 5. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Andre Knott will join us shortly. The weather has turned here in Chicago. I have opted for the sweater. Tough guy over here says no sweater for me. Speaking of tough guys, Josh Naylor. White Sox fans have not been shy about voicing how much they don't like him, especially the ones who sit right behind the dugout, and I think he likes playing the role of the bad guy.
Well, he comes into this place. He might as well play here every day because he makes himself right at home. He has knocked the Sox around in this ballpark. You look at a .438 average, 14 for 32. He's hit 4 homers, 16 RBIs. You can't do any better on the road than Josh Naylor has done to this team, and it's about time that they're gonna have to start thinking, I may have to walk this guy.
And he's not alone, because the Guardians have 3 guys who have piled up the ribbies against Chicago.
It really is incredible. Naylor with 19, Jose right behind him with 13, and Stephen Kwan is 10, and there's 4 others in the league that have 10 as well.
Shane Bieber gets the start tonight for Cleveland. Their ace is really ramping it up as we come down the stretch.
I go back, and it's 10 starts ago, and that was that start in Tampa Bay where he really locked in, and I'll tell you what, he's been terrific ever since. 7-2 record, a 168 ERA. This guy is on a roll. He's not walking anybody. He struck out 74, and he just continues to go out there and get strike one. He's making it look easy. It's not that easy, but they're swinging and missing, and the guys love to play behind this guy. And when you look at his numbers in AL ranks, you know, the wins, he's tied for 14, but he's been solid in every single category. He's back to the Shane Bieber that we all know and love.
The only reason he's tied for 14th in wins is the same reason he does not have a win against Chicago. They haven't scored for him when they face the White Sox. Hopefully that changes tonight with Johnny Cueto on the hill for Chicago. We're back with tonight's first pitch, and we'll check in with Andre Knott coming up next. Cleveland Guardians baseball brought to you by Sheely's. The best things in life happen at home. Your Northern Ohio Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. MGM Northfield Park, featuring world-class gaming, dining, racing, and entertainment. And by the new Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza, only at Papa John's. They came in. Everybody pointed to this as a critical showdown, especially after Cleveland just blasted Minnesota, taking 4 or 5 from the Twins at home. And so far, it's been all Guardians. For more on this showdown that was, let's go down to Andre Knott.
It's funny you bring up the showdown that was, because you consider that beatdown of Minnesota back in Cleveland last week. Previous to that, the Chicago White Sox came in for 1 game. They were feeling pretty good about themselves. They had won a couple games here. They had moved into second place. And Elvis Andrus, who's the new shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, had some words to tell everybody where he thought Cleveland would crumble. Well, last night, after the second win in this series for the Guardians, Austin Hedges had a way to kind of finish that statement off.
I mean, they've been playing perfect, you know, until now. So we have to keep, like I said, if we keep winning series, we know that sooner or later they're going to crumble. You know, the closer we get, so.
Because we've been doing it for 6 months. You know, nothing changes. It's just same baseball. Nothing changes tomorrow. Just go out there and play baseball again. We don't rise to the occasion. The occasion is every day.
Every day, the lights can go on or off, but Austin Hedges, I never thought we'd be saying this. He may be the philosopher of the Cleveland Guardians.
Thanks, Andre. And as Tito told us before the ball game, you know, he said, if I thought looking ahead was the answer, if that worked, I would do that. This team has to focus on the here and the now. They've done that day in, day out. That's why they are where they are. A magic number of 7 to clinch the Central Division crown. We're back with the finale of this 3-game series from Chicago next. Back here in Chicago, Rick, we often talk about table setters. And when you talk about Kwan and Rosario, look at the job they have done against the White Sox this year.
That's almost unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, identical numbers. That is incredible, and they've set the table in this series, and they've done it all year long. And let's hope they can continue for one more time.
That's our Northern Ohio Buick dealer stat.
Johnny Cueto on the mound for the White Sox today. Cueto will be making his 3rd start against the Guardians. His 22nd on the year, his 11th at home. And he did. These two matched up, Bieber and Cueto, back on the 20th of August. And they came in and he beat them 2-0. He went 8 2/3 innings in that game, gave up 5 hits.
Well, as I mentioned off the top, a change in the weather. It is really cooled down here in Chicago. Game time temperature expected to be in the upper 50s. We'll see what they announce officially here after Johnny Cueto's first pitch of the night. And it is called a fastball. 59 degrees officially our game time temperature. That's 14 degrees cooler than it was last night. And a little foul off the end of the bat here by Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan, a 5-game hit streak, multiple hit games in all 5. He's 7 out of 11 in the series. Has scored 4 and driven in 3. Johnny Cueto's 0-2 pitch missed up and in.
We saw this the last time. He'll give you a little shake and moves. He'll double clutch. He'll turn a little bit farther one time than he will another. All about deception. Quicken it up as he did right there.
More than his deception, I think, was his command when we saw him before against Cleveland. He was just on point with everything he threw.
Well, he'll mix it up too. He's got a lot of pitches.
Ground ball to first baseman Jose Abreu. He'll go to the bag himself for out number 1. The rest of Terry Francona's starting lineup brought to you by Progressive. Ahmed Rosario in the 2-hole, then Jose Ramirez, followed by Josh Naylor, Andres Jimenez, and Oscar Gonzalez. Will Brennan once again gets the start. He's in left field tonight. Austin Hedges, the catcher, batting 8th, and Miles Straw hits 9th. Ahmed Rosario with a fly ball to center field. A.J. Pollock puts it away, and there are 2 down in the first.
Well, let's check out the Sox defense, brought to you by Rally House. Looks like this. Vaughn is in left field, Pollock in center, Sheets over and right. On the infield, it'll be Moncada at third, Andrus at short, Gonzalez at second, Abreu is at first, and Grandal doing the catching.
Mike McClinsky has the plate. Todd Tishner, your crew chief. Shane Livensberger and Trip Gibson, the umpires. Already a drastically different start to this game than the first 2. In games 1 and 2 of this series, Kwan and Rosario both reached safely in the first inning. Dylan Cease on Tuesday night and Lance Lynn last night had to work extremely hard to get through the first and then again in the second.
Yeah.
They were both over 50 pitches after 2 innings.
Yeah, they really did make those 2 work. There's a changeup that that's going to be an infield hit.
Off the end of the bat, a little cue shot literally gets Jose Ramirez aboard with 2 down here in the first.
Well, the thing about Johnny Cueto, he owns the highest first pitch strike percentage on this White Sox staff at 67%. So don't be surprised if you see guys up swinging at that first pitch. There's the changeup off the end of the bat. Nothing they could do about that.
It will bring up Josh Naylor. Naylor will be sad to say goodbye to Chicago. He has driven in 16 runs in this ballpark on the year.
I'm just laughing, I think, in Luis Valbuena, the beds.
Yeah, that's heavenly beds.
The heavenly beds in Chicago. He used to come and put up great numbers, but they couldn't match what this man has done this year, Josh Naylor, in this ballpark.
Josh with a hit in each of his last 3 games. And he ran one in off the plate. Shift on right side of the infield, heavy defense. Romy Gonzalez, the second baseman, really pulled around in shallow right field. And Naylor finds the hole. That'll send Jose Ramirez all the way to third base. And the Guardians are at the corners with 2 down here in the opening frame.
And the hits just keep on coming for Josh Naylor. That one found a hole. They really had him shifted, but he was able to get it to the outfield. That's just a high fastball, a little 2-seamer going the other way. He will rarely throw you the same pitch twice. But he found the space. Ramirez goes to third, so back-to-back hits, and they still have an opportunity to get on the board in the first.
Well, with Andres Jimenez coming up, you know how good he has been all season long with runners in scoring position. And when there are 2 outs with runners in scoring position, he's at .386 and has 30 runs batted in these situations.
Well, you know, he flip-flopped Jimenez and Gonzalez today. And I'm thinking it's because with Brennan in there, the left-hander.
How about this? And the Guardians will strike first. Oh, my goodness. Andres Jimenez. And look at Cueto throwing his hands up in the air. He can't believe it. Moncada can't believe it. And the Guardians do it again in inning number 1. Watch the element of surprise. I mean, perfect bunt.
You know, that's just a heads-up play. They're thinking he's going to swing away. You beat the third baseman, Moncada. It's going to upset Cueto. Unexpected. And the timing of that is just absolutely perfect for Jimenez.
An RBI bunt single with 2 outs in the first. And remember, 2 outs, nobody on base.
Right.
It started with a little cue shot off the end of the bat from Ramirez. And then the Naylor single and Jimenez with a bunt single to drive in the first run of the night.
That could not have been timed any better.
Oscar Gonzalez looks at a ball down and in.
And that's the last thing they wanted to do, is come out here again today and give something up early. And Cueto certainly was trying his hardest.
You think about the body language of Dylan Cease in game 1 and Lance Lynn last night. Now Johnny Cueto for the 3rd night in a row. They're inside the head of the Chicago starting pitcher.
It certainly seems like it.
Cueto has been a bit of a savior. You think about the contributions of Elvis Andrus. Johnny Cueto, he was a late sign, just kind of a, well, you know, maybe an insurance policy, and holy mackerel, as he produced for them. 21 starts, a .309 ERA.
Yeah, he's pitched some good games. They haven't given him a lot of run support. That's why his record is at 7-8, but he's pitched some pretty good ball games for him.
1-1 pitch, called a strike. Boy, what a difference. Mike McClinsky's strike zone a lot more liberal than what we saw from Shane Livensparger in the opener, where if it wasn't on the plate, you were not getting a strike call.
I could tell from the first pitch of the ball game that he called on Kwan that was just a little bit off the dish.
1-2, back to Cueto. He makes the play himself and retires the side. But the Guardians string together 3 consecutive 2-out hits to take a 1-0 lead. And now the Guardians turn to Shane Bieber as he looks to continue his dominant stretch.
On the mound for the Guardians tonight, he will be your Northeast Ohio Ford Dealers starting pitcher, and Bieber on a roll. He's making his 29th start, his 11-8 record. He has been, I mean, very, very good. And we'll see what he's got tonight.
Miguel Cairo is starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. Brought to you by Progressive. Elvis Andrus in the leadoff spot. Yohan Moncada batting second. Jose Abreu is third. Eloy Jimenez will back cleanup. Andrew Vaughn is fifth as Monty Grandal hitting sixth. A.J. Pollock, Gavin Sheets, and Romy Gonzalez rounding it out. Shane Bieber looks in as Elvis Andrus steps in. He's 2 for 9 in the series. And swings at the first pitch, and it's just foul. Andrus, over his last 23 games, has hit .347 with 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in.
Boy, we think of the first game of this series where it was humid, it was warm here. Tonight you see the guys blowing in their hands.
Yeah.
They're trying to stay warm, and it's the first official day of autumn, and it feels like it.
Yeah, we woke up this morning and walked outside and went, wow, what a difference. Do the White Sox miss Tim Anderson? Absolutely. But what Elvis Andrus has been able to do has really softened the blow of his loss.
I think it's something they got to look and think about going into next year. Is he the type of player, or how could you fit him into their lineup? Because you know what I mean?
He'd be in my lineup next year if I'm them. I'd sign him and put him at second base because they truly don't have a second baseman in my eyes.
No, and I think Matt hit on something about Cueto as well. Where would they be without those two guys?
Yeah,
this thing would be over already without Cueto and him.
You would think so, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can't fill in any better than Andrus did. I mean, it's almost like you didn't miss him, even though you do, because he was your leadoff man. But I guess, yeah, you say soften the blow. He certainly has. And it's been a new lease on life for him to get out of Oakland.
Absolutely, and he's proven to people that he's not done. You know,
no, he is not.
I read a quote where he said, you know, when they let me go, the first thing I thought was, is this it? Well, he's proven over, a month or so, he's still got a little bit left in the tank.
It's in one respect, it's sad that the game has gotten so young that players like Elvis Andrus, they've had to prove to people that they're not done, that they're not over the hill. Chops that one foul.
Archie mentioned it's cold. They had Tony back there working. He had to get sweatshirts for everybody, the warmers for everybody's hands.
Oh, yeah?
And this is a big night for him, so he was a little frustrated.
He wants to sit down. I know what you're talking about.
The other way, foul again. What a first at bat for Andrus.
Started off being aggressive. They know Bieber. He's around the plate. They know he's going to throw strikes. He's a guy you don't like him to get ahead of you. 0-2, 1-2, because he's got the quality of stuff that he can put you away easily. 184 strikeouts on the year.
And he pops this one sky high, center field. Miles Straw gives way to the left fielder, Will Brennan.
Being kind to the young rookie out there. And normally he goes over there and takes that. Let's check out. That's right. Let's check out the defense for the Guardians, brought to you by Rally House. Brennan is starting in left field tonight. Straw in center. Gonzalez over in right. It'll be Ramirez, Rosario, Jimenez, and Naylor on the infield, and Hedges doing the catching.
Yohan Moncada. He's hit just .204 this year against the Guardians. 1 for 8 in the series. Andre had a great interview in the clubhouse after the game last night with Stephen Kwan, and then Miles Straw came into the interview, and the two of them were going back and forth. It's fun to watch this team, how they have grown. They have grown together, and they are really thriving in this environment as we come down the stretch.
Josh Naylor said it looked like something from a WWE event backstage.
Staged, huh?
Yeah. He said, I've never seen anything like it. He goes, but you know what? He goes, it's the best interview we've had all year long. Thank you.
The 1-2. Bouncing ball. Jimenez from the outfield grass will throw out Moncada, 2 down. Our storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Well, everybody's interested to see what do the Sox have left. They have taken Cleveland's best punch, and they are staggered right now.
Yeah, they came in hoping for a sweep, and they got a chance to get swept.
And Shane Bieber, he has been tough on the White Sox. They just haven't been able to score behind him against Chicago this year. There's a fly ball hit well deep right field. It is off the top of the fence.
Oh, that had a little carry to it, it looked like.
Jose Abreu will pull into second base with a 2-out double, and that didn't miss by much from getting out of here.
No, that was a couple of feet from going out of here. He drove that ball well. Now that's the Abreu we knew. I mean, he would go that way a lot. You know, not just for base hits, but there's a pitch. It looked like it got a lot of the plate, but he drives it the other way, and it almost looked like Gonzalez wouldn't have caught it anyway. But I mean, it was smoke, but he turned the wrong way, and that ball was slicing over, and you can see where it hits. But he gets it in. It's going to be a double, 2-out double for Abreu, his 36th.
Now the hot-hitting Eloy Jimenez. Jimenez hitting .375 over the last 14 games for Chicago. You know, you look at Shane Bieber's career numbers against Chicago. He's faced them 16 times, and his walks and hits per innings pitched is under 1, and his strikeouts per 9 innings are over 10. Oh, they got him picked, but he might have gotten in there before the tag was applied.
I love that. That was a great timed play. You know, we haven't seen that a lot this year by anything, but they must know that he's sitting out there and they wanted to take a chance because this had to be planned.
Pitch com.
There you go.
Remember they can call that on pitch com.
Yeah, okay.
And Hedgie called that. That's what it was.
I didn't realize that, but I like it.
Tell you what, Abreu went back into the bag very awkwardly, and
he knew it was going to be close. He might have been picked, and that's why he jammed that foot into the bag. I like that.
Ground ball in the hole, off the glove of Rosario, and the White Sox will tie the game. A 2-out RBI single by Eloy Jimenez makes it 1-1 here in the first.
You almost wish that Rosario maybe just tried to knock it down. He tried to make a play and catch that, but it went off the end of the glove. And not quite sure there. You try to keep it on the infield. That ball was hit pretty good too. It had some steam to it, but you see it just goes off. It's been nice if he could have just knocked it down. Brennan will get it in, so they come right back on their own 2-out base hit. And they tie the score. So they have an answer.
Andrew Vaughn to the plate. They had a strike called outside corner. Andrew Vaughn has gone 8 for 43 on the year against Cleveland. Big swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
He certainly didn't like facing McKenzie last night, did he? He saw him 3 times and he went down 3 times. The hat trick.
Just missed outside. Last night, Tristan had 2 strikeouts in the 2nd inning, the 3rd inning, the 4th inning, the 6th inning, the 7th inning, and the 8th inning.
Oh, man. Well, that's how you tally up 13.
Struck him out looking, and that will end the inning. But Chicago comes back, and after an inning, we're all tied at 1. Inning. White Sox fans, they're a tough group.
Yeah, they are.
Rick, how many times do you suppose over the years, we've talked about the danger of expectations, and I think going into the season, expectations here on the South Side were sky high. Most people around the country felt they were the class of the American League Central Division. And how about Will Brennan? He just continues to hit. That's already 3 hits in his first 5 big league at bats.
He was the 4th rookie this year on the Guardians to get multiple hits in the first game, which I find it sort of crazy, but 4 guys have done it. And he comes right out of the chute and gets another one tonight. Gets a fastball away. They were going to check him out, and Cueto's going to say, the 36-year-old, hey, this kid could swing it a little bit.
You have to go all the way back to 1922, the last time Cleveland had 16 players make their major league debut in a single season.
Yeah, it's
100 years ago.
Well, we witnessed it. It's hard to believe, but it certainly did happen.
Tied him up. And he missed up and away, and Cueto landed a little awkwardly. Appears to be okay, though.
Yeah, when he was spinning on that front foot.
Fouled right back by Hedges. The irony of that 1922 Cleveland Ball Club is 2 years prior to that, they were world champions. But they were an aging team. In 1922, Larry Gardner, for example, was 36. Tris Speaker was 34. Swing and a miss. He'll strike him out. Smokey Joe Wood, an outfielder on that club, he was 32. Jack Graney was 36 years old. I mean, we talk about nowadays having guys. Back then, that had to be, I would think, pretty rare to have guys that old.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
100 years ago. I don't know. I mean, it does sound 36 years old, but
the game is constantly changing and evolving. Every team. Miles Straw with a career best 10-game hitting streak. And overall hitting 16 of his last 19 games.
Had the big hit in extra innings in game 1 of this series. 2-run double. Yeah, he's been a lot more involved in this offense in the month of September.
Pop to right, and that'll be a routine play for Sheets. 2 down. Will Brennan back to first base. Will Brennan played in right field last night. He's in left field tonight. He's played quite a bit of center field, but his best positions are on the corners. And Terry Francona said, look, anybody that doesn't play center field, or I mean anybody that plays center field other than Miles Straw, he says, is not going to be as good as Miles Straw. That's how good his defense is.
Right.
But having Brennan gives him an opportunity to, get guys off their feet, like tonight, for example. Stephen Kwan's still in the lineup, but he doesn't have to go out and play defense all night long.
Keep him in that leadoff spot. I mean, that's the way he likes it, I think, Tito. It's not just one strict DH where that's your job. I don't think he likes doing it with the younger guys as much because they probably have never done that before, and at the big league level, just to sit and hit. It's not as easy as you think.
Brennan, by the way, is also a very good base stealer, at least in the minor leagues. He stole 20 out of 23.
Well,
so he's got the
gotta
ability.
like those numbers then. Well, he's only going to learn up here and get better because there's a few base stealers on this team.
And he's got the great Sandy Alomar over there at first, kind of giving him the heads up on.
He'll figure it out.
High pop, shallow left. In comes Vaughn. And that will end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second in Chicago, tied at 1.
Your next visit to Progressive Field. You can buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Yasmani Grandal leads off the bottom of the second for Chicago. 2 for 4 in the series. But Grandal, over his last 12 games, a woeful 6 for 32 with 11 strikeouts. Two and 1 the count. Grandal, A.J. Pollock, and Gavin Sheets for Chicago here in inning number 2. I don't know how he could call that a ball.
Well, Bieber looked in. He called it the first time. You got to get it the second time.
And that's why, as you say, the inconsistency is what will cause problems throughout a game for an umpire at home plate. Somebody's got to get the first. Bieber is there, and he reaches down and makes the grab on the throw from Jimenez.
Heads up play by Bieber right there. Naylor got caught going over, man, and you got to know where your second baseman is. He thought he was going to get there, but Bieber did a nice job to get over because Naylor would have never gotten there.
So 1 down for A.J. Pollock.
Yeah, you talk about you don't know what to swing at. You know what I'm saying? As a hitter, if he gives it one time and won't call it the next, you don't know what time. What it's going to happen, and that's confusing. It's the same thing for a pitcher. That's why Bieber said, "What, away?" He asked him because the first time it was the same pitch.
Mike McClinsky, the home plate umpire this evening. Pollock, a pop-up, sky high left center. Will Brennan, the left fielder, takes care of that 2 down. Over his last 10 starts, Shane Bieber 74 strikeouts.
Yeah, and he's done it in various different ways. The slider, the knuckle curve, the four-seamer, the cutter. And that's how he puts you away. And that's why hitters, I think, a lot of times will go after and swing early in the count off this guy. And you can't blame him, because a lot of times he'll go out there and pound the strike zone. 0-1. He'll have a lot of 0-1, 0-2 counts, 1-2 counts.
Gavin Sheets swinging a foul back.
You know, sorry about that, Matt. I mentioned in his last start how he wasn't throwing as many curveballs and he was relying more on that cutter. And I talked to Carl about it, and Carl said he doesn't want to get ahead of himself, but it plays off a little bit what you guys talk about with, you know, guys maturing and getting better. He said he may be a better pitcher today than he was in 2020 when he won the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to rely on different pitches, and it's just not one that he's using to get everybody out.
Yeah, he knows he's good. Well, that's how you make adjustments, because hitters get to know you.
Right.
Miles Straw takes care of that, and the White Sox go 1-2-3. 1-1 our score after 2. Leading off for Cleveland here in the third inning is Ahmed Rosario. Fly to center, his only time up. And Cueto buzzes him back with an inside fastball.
You know, you remember Rosario hit the first pitch, his first at bat. He got something away, so Cueto comes right back. He's going to run him and back him off the plate a little bit. See if he goes breaking ball away.
Came back in again.
Yes, he did. Doubled up on it. But you can see the movement he has on his pitches, and he'll cut it. I mean, he'll throw that two-seamer. He'll change up on you. Little slider. He's got an arsenal, boy, that will work on the hitters.
How many buttons does Grandal have to work with? You need like a Nintendo controller back there to figure out all those different ways he can deliver the baseball.
Yeah, as a catcher, you just sit down and try and follow it. It's like a hitter. You don't know what he's going to throw and when. He knows what he wants to do. He was waiting for him to hit the right button. Shimmy and a shake and a high fastball away.
Down the line, foul off the netting.
I don't think all the shakes are on the pitch com buttons that you guys are talking about.
No, sir.
But it's funny because Matt just did something that he probably didn't even realize. It's the effects of Mike Barnett. His famous quote is, when everybody talks about how easy something is this ain't Nintendo. And it's on the back of a T-shirt that has been worn by some of the guys in the clubhouse over the last couple of days. And it has a picture of Barney on the front of it.
Ground ball up the gut.
Ooh.
Oh, my, Elvis Andres. Oh, a heck of an effort by Abreu on the backside, because he had to come off the bag and grab that short hop throw, and he still managed to almost tag Rosario.
That's going to be another infield hit, I would imagine.
Yep.
I mean, watch this. He gets down. I couldn't tell if he tagged him or not, but obviously he didn't.
It looked like it missed it from over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Daylight.
Yes, okay.
I believe that's 27 now.
28.
Is that
28?
The most in the American League. 28 infield hits for Ahmed Rosario.
But Mike Barnett's been wearing this shirt for the last couple of days. He's got a picture of him on the front of it, and it says, "This ain't Nintendo." And it's funny because finally the other day somebody said, "Barney, why are you wearing that shirt every single day?" And he goes, "Because we've been winning wearing it." So he goes, and then finally one of the coaches said, "There's only 2 people in all of America that wear shirts with their own faces on it. Mike Barnett and Jose Ramirez."
And they both share the same clubhouse.
Yes.
Jose, an infield hit, scored the Guardians' only run in the first inning. Takes off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleveland had a leadoff single in the second, but were unable to capitalize. Ironically, in the first inning, their rally started with 2 out, nobody on base when Ramirez reached on the infield hit. Naylor singled him to third, and Jimenez with a surprising bunt single to get the first run of the night home. Oh, the ball gets away, and there goes Ahmed Rosario. He might not stop at second. He's going to turn and burn. He'll go all the way to third.
Yeah, he knew that ball was going to be far enough away because Sheets wasn't going to get to it from right field, and Abreu had to track it down, so he was off and running. So an error on Cueto's throw to first. He couldn't get to the ball. Rosario knew all along he was going to third.
Chance now for Cleveland to regain the lead. White Sox bring the infield in. And Ramirez with a fly ball plenty deep enough to right field. Gavin Sheets will catch, gather. He'll throw in vain toward home plate as scores standing, and the Guardians take a 2-1 lead.
Oh boy, that error again. That's their 99th error on the year. I mean, when you look at these two teams, I mean, that's now 24 errors for the White Sox on the year, and the Guardians have made just 10.
Well, Rick, from game one head-to-head, we've watched the White Sox just play a sloppy brand of defense, and it hasn't been one game. It's been almost every game.
Yeah.
When we have seen them head-to-head, they've made critical mistakes.
Yeah, it's hurt them against us, that's for sure. I mean, this team they can't afford to give them more.
Medical Mutual 5-star report. There you go. Rick just told you in the season series, the White Sox have now committed 24 errors in 18 games.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well,
19 games. This is game number 19.
Yeah. That very first game that started, they have 3 in the first inning.
But even aside from the errors that get counted on the scorebook, you know, we saw Moncada, you know, kind of fall asleep the other night at third base.
Not getting the out. Yeah, they didn't rush to get Rosario. Yeah. Little things.
Left field. Vaughn makes the catch. 2 down. Here is our Spectrum Mobile replay. Andres Jimenez with first and third, 2 out, first inning. Laid down a perfect bunt, and the White Sox never saw it coming.
Yeah, that's I mean, the timing of that play was just terrific. The element of surprise, and he surprised them all, and that got him on the board. And now they retake the lead after getting their 49th sacrifice fly on the year.
And when you do that successfully, now you bring that third baseman in. Now he has to come in and respect that. Might open up an opportunity.
You burn him one time, especially with a guy on third base and 2 outs, he's not going to get beat again. He'll never forget that. But it opens up a little bigger hole for you should you slice it that way. Cuts down his range.
Jimenez yanks it foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Andres has now reached in 22 of his last 23 games. And he's hit over 300 in his last 48 contests. Out of play, left side. Couldn't get him to chase there. 2-2. Andres Jimenez came in tonight 8th in the American League in batting average. His teammate Stephen Kwan came in 10th. That will end the inning, but the Guardians regain the lead. An infield hit by Ahmed Rosario, his leading 27th. And a sacrifice fly by Jose Ramirez after the error by Johnny Cueto.
We're going to be in town for a 6-game series that'll end up the regular season. You can pick up a district ticket presented by Miller Lite or a $15 kids ticket and get to Progressive Field. Just visit CLEGuardians.com for more information.
2-1, Cleveland on top. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and Romy Gonzalez leading off for Chicago. Up the middle and through. Leadoff single for the White Sox. Romy Gonzalez came into tonight with 1 hit in his last 21 at bats. So he just took one right back up the gut.
Well, he's not wasting any time. He got after it, got a fastball, and hits it right back up the middle, gets it into center field. He starts it out. 1 for 1. So that's 3 hits now for the White Sox, the first time through the lineup.
Elvis Andrus fly to left his first time up, but not before he put up a pretty good battle against Shane Bieber.
He's thinking about a bunt himself. I would think this would be a good guy you could hit and run with, because he likes to go the other way with the baseball. He's a good bat to ball specialist. He can put it in play when he needs to. Oh, Naylor saved him right there.
Both Bieber and Naylor taking a moment to kind of reel it all in and say, whoa.
Well, Bieber spins, and I don't know if he caught a cleat somewhere, and Naylor had to get up and catch that ball, and he's hobbling on that right ankle.
Runner goes right field, base hit. Except Gonzalez stopped at second base. I guess he just lost track of what was happening instead of just keeping it. I mean, once you take off, you might as well just keep going, because if he catches it, you're dead anyway.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Stopped at second base.
That's the youngster. That's the youth in him. You got to go. If your head's down and you're going to second base, he probably didn't know where the ball was and he wanted to pick it up. So that's his fault. You got to peek in. He didn't look into home plate if you know the hit and run's on. And Andrus did that to perfection, you know, so he should be standing on third base by right. So they catch a break there.
Moncada trying to bunt. That will go foul.
Yeah, when you're a base runner and you know the hit and run is on, you got to take about 3 steps. I mean, once you start your trek to second base, that ball's going to spin and go foul. You've got to peek in, because that's right about when the hitter's going to swing the bat, and you got to pick up the baseball. You cannot not know where that ball is going.
The 0-1 pitch fouled off.
Well, we'll see Garcia taking off. Head down, head down. He didn't look one time. That was way too late. He took too many steps. You got to take after 3 steps. You peek in, and he would have known where the ball was. That's why he ended up stopping. He didn't know, and he didn't pick up his third base coach.
missed. He struck him out. Second strikeout for Shane Bieber. And Moncada hears a few boos here in Chicago.
Yeah, you're going to see the breaking ball. That's a knuckle curve right there. He bounces it right behind home plate. A good pitch. Hedges, another nice job of keeping that ball in front or awfully close to him. So they get the first out.
You don't see Abreu take too many bad swings.
He was guessing on that one. Drilled the ball to right field and it came close to going out. Hit the wall or that fence up there about 3 feet from a home run. Oh, beautiful double play.
Rosario to Jimenez, on to Naylor, double play. That'll end the third. Guardians on top 2-1.
That'll come October 1st against the Royals. Celebrate Fan Appreciation Night and get to the game early for a $2 pregame in the district. That'll be presented by Coors Light. To stay after the game for a post-game stand for the land theme fireworks. You can get your tickets on the ballpark app.
Fourth inning, 2-1 Guardians on top, and Oscar Gonzalez leads off for Cleveland. Tapped one back to the mound to end the first inning. Batting .333 over his last 18 games. Waves at that pitch, and it's 0-2. Hammered foul down the left side. Oscar 3 for 8 in the series with a couple of runs batted in. Cleveland with one on the first and one on the third. White Sox only run came in the bottom of the first. Right back through the wickets and backhanded by the second baseman Gonzalez to throw him out.
It sure did. It went right between his legs as he was turned. He's falling off the mound and that thing went out. Gonzalez made the play. Watch this as he landed. What are the odds?
Threading the needle.
Yes, indeed. Gonna pay toll.
There is Will Brennan. Already showing why he has been such a promising prospect for Cleveland. He hit .314 on the minors this year with 40 doubles, 107 runs batted in, and he's 3 for 5 already since getting the call up from AAA. Tito was telling us before the game we had shots of Will's parents last night, his mom in particular.
Right.
Big smile. Tito said, "Oh, I heard her." He said he could hear her screaming from the stands. He was asked to, Might have been Andre that asked him how many sets of parents
Oh my goodness.
he has seen come to see their kid make their Major League debut this year. I mean, 16 guys have come up to make their Major League debut this year. And he said, you know, the most encouraging thing for him is that while maybe not all of them have stuck, most of them have made contributions that were impactful.
Yes, they did.
Brennan will be out number 2. He said, for example, think about Nolan Jones. He came up for a couple of weeks. You know, he drove in a lot of runs, did a nice job. This is Will Brennan last night. You can hear Mom. You can hear her.
Well, he didn't stop with one. He ended up adding another one. Gets another one today.
Andre found out that Will's dad was an old hockey player, and you could see when he stood up, I wouldn't want to cross him, you know, on the wrong side of Mr. Brennan.
Yeah, those arms, man.
Yeah. He's still working out.
No kidding. But Will's pretty intense, and I think that's what Tito learned last night. They say, you know, he's a fun-loving guy before the game, but when the lights come on, he turns into a different kind of guy.
Austin Hedges takes a fastball strike.
You know, I was asked on a television show prior to our game tonight, you know, who's the leader of
TV show, huh?
Stop it, stop it. The only TV show I care about is this one right here. You know that. The other ones are just so I can get like Arch and dig holes in the backyard. But they asked me who kind of sets the tone for the clubhouse, for the videos that you see and all the different things people see for this team in post-game and everything else. And I had to think about it for a minute, and I said, you know what? I go, it's probably Austin Hedges. I go, he's one of the 3 guys that are over 30 years old, but sometimes he acts like he's 12. But when it's time to get serious and play the game the right way, he's the guy that these guys look to and kind of take things from. And the one thing that I love about him is he says, look, I'm going to go 0 for 4 a lot. I always have. But I'm always going to come into the clubhouse the next day with a good attitude. I'm going to smile. And my teammates know I'm going to do everything I can to prepare them for that night's game. And I think that's a little bit of who this team is. It's not going to be one guy every day that carries you, but they're going to have the right attitude every single night no matter what. And I think it starts with edging.
He has that ability to be fun and keep everybody loose. But he can flip the switch when it's time to go between the lines and get serious and get down to business. Guardians go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Cleveland. Guardians Live, presented by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. We'll come your way tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Once again, we stay in the Central Time Zone as we head down to the state of Texas. It'll be our first in-person look at Globe Life Park, the new indoor ballpark of the Texas Rangers.
Looking forward to it. And you and Andre can leave your sweaters at home because it's going to be 95.
Yeah, 59 degrees our game time temperature here this evening. And it's expected to be in the mid-90s down in Arlington.
3 days.
Former Cleveland pitcher Scott Atchison, who's a scout now for the New York Yankees, has already texted me and told us to leave all the sweatshirts and sweaters here.
Oh, is he going to be at the ballpark?
We will see him. Yes, we will.
Oh, boy.
It was 95 today, and it'll be just as hot tomorrow. Be ready for the heat. Leave all the hot stuff here.
Eloy Jimenez retired for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Look at that.
And he's what? He's with the Yankees, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, we saw him in spring training.
Yes, we did. And we saw him. I thought we saw him somewhere else, too, but we definitely saw him in spring training.
Yes.
But the Yankees will be following us. I was told by a couple other scouts tonight they will be following the Guardians all the way until the last day of the regular season.
Yeah, don't think we don't see you wearing a sweatshirt, too.
Hey, man, leave me alone.
Yeah. Over top of the sweater that you already have
Come on out here, man. Come on down here. I was told by somebody in the back that I'm
What
getting
jersey
soft.
number you got on?
It's a sweatshirt, ain't it? Leave me alone, man. Come down here amongst us and see how you are. Everybody else got coats on.
Oh, boy, Andre.
Ahmed Rosario with a 2-hopper to Josh Naylor, and that is out number 2. Nice, long, accurate throw. The only problem was Rosario made it a little tougher at the end of the play for Naylor, but
he wanted maybe about another 3 or 4 feet. That he wanted to get it out front, but he still got it. That's still an easier play than waiting for one that you're not going to get that much on.
And now here is Yasmani Grandal. A little high, 2-0.
We saw Atch when we were in Houston. That's the other place we saw Atch.
Okay.
So get ready.
Oh, that's right. He was in the booth. He wouldn't be quiet.
He wouldn't
shut up.
leave. He finally found friends that he knew.
Yes.
So be ready. Get your ears ready.
He won't come up that high where we're at.
He's already texted me. He tells me he wants a Barney shirt. I was like, join the crowd, man. Everybody wants one. This ain't Nintendo.
We'll have to hire a guide and a yak to get up to where we're at. Grandal cranks one foul. Tampa Bay laying waste to Toronto. The Rays trying to catch the Blue Jays for the top wild card spot in the American League.
They got a 4-gamer, don't they, going on this
I believe
week?
so, yeah.
Starting tonight.
9-3. And Grandal strikes out. He's looking back into the dugout. Not going to find any help there. Shane Bieber continuing to roll. Baseball brought to you by your local Cadillac dealers. Union Home Mortgage, promises kept. And Medical Mutual, official health insurer of everything you love. The old Comiskey Park shower, something that Bill Veeck came up with to keep the fans cool at old Comiskey Park, which was right across the street from this facility. Bill Veeck, of course, one-time owner of the Cleveland Ball Club. When they were the world champs in 1948, he was at the helm. Moved on here to Chicago. And he was an innovator. I mean, he was a guy that definitely thought outside the proverbial box.
Yes, he did.
Not all of his ideas were great ones, but there's a fly ball. Right field's going to get down for a hit. And Miles Straw now with an 11-game hitting streak.
How about back in the days they played in shorts?
How about this, though? I mean,
Shorts,
that was the
lapels.
original shower in the outfield. It was basically meant to keep fans cool.
Yeah, in the summertime, yes.
And even Harry Carey, the old voice of the White Sox at one time, got into the act.
Yeah, Harry used to do.
I know it gets hot and humid here, but that hot?
Didn't he work with Jimmy Pearsall here in Chicago?
Yes, he did. He worked here for the White Sox. Yeah, that could be a gapper.
Stephen Kwan lines one up the alley. It'll go all the way to the wall. Miles Straw racing around third. He'll score without a throw. Guess who's going to third with another triple? Yes, sir. It's Stephen Kwan, and that's his 7th. And he's now tied Ahmed Rosario for the team lead in that category. And that also is tied for the league lead. 7 triples for Kwan.
I told you, Cueto usually throws about 67% first pitch strikes. This going through now for the 3rd time. These guys aren't going to let him get ahead. Oh, there they go. They're getting aggressive. Straw comes in to score easily. Kwan goes to 3rd base. And that is just well done. Now you got nobody out. Still, they're going to have to bring the infield in, and they got a chance to put a crooked number on the board. And I'll tell you what, these guys, they push each other, I think. Rosario and Kwan. I mean, from the top of the lineup.
The other day, Tito said, he goes, when we get one of those guys going, we're different. When we get both of them going, we can play with anybody, anywhere.
There's no doubt.
He said there's just a spark plug that comes from these two when they start running around the bases the way they do.
The thing I like, Straw let it off. And, you know, that's 11-game hitting streak, so he's getting involved in the action a lot more now.
Now you want to add on here as Rosario bats with the infield in.
Cueto must know he likes shooting the ball to right field, Arch. You mentioned that he hit the ball to center the first time. He's come in early in the count, the next 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he's trying to back him off that plate and get him thinking inside. He knows he likes to swing the bat. He doesn't want to take anything. He's a very aggressive hitter. And he's keeping it in there.
Oh, nice play by Jose Abreu to cut that off before it could make it to the outfield. That's out number 1.
But he didn't give him any swinging room. That ball wasn't hit that hard.
Well, take another look here as he tries to shoot it that way.
He did the right job, but it was running in on him, and it got down in the trademark, so he couldn't really get that much. And with Abreu playing in, he just had the backhanded catch.
Back to the top of the telecast, your graphic that you showed us, Josh Naylor, 19 runs batted in against Chicago this year. Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, they've each driven in a run again here tonight against Chicago. Not Naylor, but Kwan and Rosario have. Kwan with his 11th of the year against the White Sox, and Jose Ramirez now with 13. And that's the top 3 against Chicago in all of baseball in terms of runs batted in against them this year.
And right now, Sarbaugh's telling him about how he gets to third base or leading off to get that jump if you're going on contact. He didn't like when that Rosario took that ball the other way and he was on third base. This could be a very big run here for Cueto. He's trying to do damage control right now and keep him off the board and keep it a 2-run ball game.
This will be interesting.
No, it's going to be fine.
Now Vaughn has to back up, and that'll enable Kwan to score very easily. 2 more runs coming in for Cleveland, and their lead is now 4-1 as they have struck for a pair here in inning number 5.
And Jose, with a couple of sacrifice flies today, they have 50 on the year as a team. And I think I believe that's number 1 in baseball, or at least in our league.
Doing those little things, always so important.
Certainly do add up.
Josh Naylor, a base hit in the first inning, fly to left in the third.
That's number 1 in all of baseball. The Dodgers have 49. The Red Sox have 48.
Yeah. Speaking of number 1 in baseball, Ahmed Rosario, according to the Guardians notes, that was his 28th infield hit of the year to lead the league. But then we found out between the break, another stat service has him at 34 infield hits.
Seems like he gets 1 a day.
I just want to know how you have that much of a difference.
I don't know.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I guess it depends on
who's scorekeeper.
Who's doing the counting?
No kidding. Well, if ours is doing it, he's got 40.
Ripped down the line, and that's on the chalk into the corner. That's going to be a double for Josh Naylor as he rolls into second base with a 2-out, 2-bagger. That'll be his 25th double of the year. And he's 2 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if this guy wants to leave this town the way he hits in this ballpark. He got on top of that one right there.
I can tell you a group of people that want him to leave for sure.
I know there's about 22,000 of them that want him to leave.
But he needed this. I told you guys a couple nights ago. He was struggling and thinking about it a little more than he wanted to. He needed a week like this.
Now Andres Jimenez. That is with that surprise 2-out bunt single that drove in the first run of the game in the first inning. And that's up and in. Cueto now sitting, as you see, at 75 pitches on the night. He had 1-2-3 inning. That was in the fourth. They had their leadoff man aboard in the first, second, and this fifth inning. And they had 3 straight 2-out hits in the first, so they have made him work.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah, you need something you can get in the strike zone with 3-0 that he's not sitting on, that trying to tee off, and that's a perfect pitch to get in there.
Yeah, how about back towards breaking ball?
Yeah, you throw me, get me over fastball, and he might tee
Well,
off
that's
on it.
exactly. He wasn't gonna. He knows that this guy likes to hit the fastball, but he's also a very good breaking ball hitter. But you're not looking for a 3-0. I figured they might be just trying to pitch around, got the right-hander on deck, and that's exactly what Cueto was doing. He was going to be very careful there with Naylor on second.
First walk issued by Johnny Cueto tonight. Here's where he's at so far in the ball game. Oscar Gonzalez, he's 0 for 2 tonight, but boy, he gets into one here and he can really do some serious damage to Chicago's hopes. Fastball. He called that a strike. I don't think he called it on the swing. And that was, again, that's not even close to the plate.
Oh, and he's sitting on that part of the plate. His face is on the inside corner. They see that inside pitch, and that's a good pitch.
He is down on the count 0-2 with 2 on and 2 out here in the fifth. Yanked foul.
That's a Jose swing there. That ball so far inside off the plate. Look at him. Look at the eyes.
I thought the same thing. Only Jose fouls this off.
I'm telling you, that ball would have hit him in the leg.
That was almost his hand.
I'm telling you, that was a Jose swing.
You don't see many balls go directly over to the dugout.
That's crazy. Why not stay in there? You want to swing again? Go ahead.
Now a ball and 2 strikes. And he got him to chase to end the inning. But the Guardians tack on 2 more. Their run and gun style just running the White Sox ragged in this series. A leadoff hit by Straw. A triple by Stephen Kwan. And the Guardians lead is 4-1. Shane Bieber now with a 4-1 advantage. Goes to work in the bottom of the fifth, bottom third of the White Sox order 2 up. A.J. Pollock takes a slider for strike 1. Pollock, Gavin Sheets, and Romy Gonzalez in the fifth. Line to third, and Jose Ramirez takes care of that for out number 1. Time for a Ken Ganley Kia game break. Back to Cleveland and Al Pawlowski. All right, thanks, Al. Long way to go in that wild card race. It could go down to the final day of the season as far as the seeding is concerned.
Yeah, no question. It will. Tampa's got one of the roughest schedules going, and they will be in Cleveland coming Tuesday for regular season baseball.
So Toronto, I mean, they've got the cushion as far as the seeding is concerned. Baltimore, their hopes are dwindling quickly as far as getting into the wild card race. That's foul. But the seeding is ultimately important because in the new playoff format, the wild card round is a best of 3, and whoever has home field advantage hosts all 3 games. The 1-2, weak ground ball, and as Terry Francona will tell you, yes, there is something to be said about home field advantage, but he said the biggest key is you get the bat last, and that's a big advantage in baseball. I mean, if you're playing, you assume postseason games are going to be tightly contested.
Right.
You'd love to always have the last at bat if you can. Be in that position. So home field
advantage. If you get to extra innings too, that's why you always feel you're on the road and you're playing an extra inning game. You want to score 2 in the top half of that inning because they get their last at bat. Because you figure everybody's going to get one, or at least you look at it that way. But they've been very good this year in extra inning games. 12-4.
Swing and a miss by Romy Gonzalez.
And they've been playing excellent baseball on the road as well. 42-35 right now. They're 40-32 at home. So that's pretty even split. You know what I mean?
Yep. But it wasn't until after the All-Star break that they picked up the road momentum.
Well, we look at her guys' numbers. Offensively, most guys are better on the road than they are at home. We talk about that when we get to our home games. They seem to go deep a lot more. They certainly do that than what they do at home.
Two pitch misses outside, and now a full count. Ground ball to short. Rosario throws him out. The White Sox go 1-2-3. 8 straight retired by Shane Bieber. Doctor, he's walking off the mound.
Just a bit high.
Get it down, kid. Get it down.
Oh, he's getting it down. One more. Knock him over.
First pitch to Will Brennan is a strike from Johnny Cueto. Brennan 1 for 2 tonight. Oh, yeah. That a point.
Made the adjustment.
I'm sure there are pitchers. Some nights will tell you it looks like the catcher's dancing around behind home plate. Back to Cueto. Flips it over. 1 down.
Well, the final 50-50 raffle presented by Fanatics and Bally Sports Great Lakes is now open, and you don't want to miss your chance to win. The raffle will run through October 5th, and it benefits Cleveland Guardians charities. Visit CLEGuardians5050.com.
Austin Hedges 0 for 2 tonight. Smash to short. Elvis Andrus will throw him out. 2 down. And we'll get a word right now from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
Matt Underwood, Rick Manning, Andre Knott with you here on the south side of Chicago, where the Guardians trying to finish a 3-game sweep of the White Sox and reduce their magic number to 5. They lead 4-1 here in the 6th inning. Ground ball. Cut off again by Andrus. His throw is low, but it's dug out by Abreu. And the Guardians go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bieber pitches. It's score 4 and worry no more.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? All time 44-1 with 4 or more runs of support. He's won 38 straight. And yeah, it's been remarkable. Talked about it as he's been in this streak, and what Kluber had something like 78 or 79 in a row.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But this guy is well on his way.
Austin Hedges having an issue with his PitchCom listening device.
He's tired of listening to him.
Well, it is listening to himself when he hits those buttons.
I know.
Yeah, so it could go crazy hearing yourself in your ear all night long. I asked him last night about Tristan, and I said, I know, it looks like he had a good slider. He goes, I don't know, man. I just hit buttons. And then he goes, no, literally, I just hit buttons. And I go, I know, Austin. You use the PitchCom to call pitches. Then he went on to say, yes, his curveball was the best he'd seen all year long, he thought last night. But he said then you put together that he had a slider that he could do something with, and he knew where it was going. So that kid is unhittable when he has the fastball going with both of those pitches.
Yeah, you're right. When he has his 2 breaking balls, he doesn't give up many hits to begin with.
Right.
And when they're all working, he may have a no-hitter someday.
No, the PitchCom does not appear to be working. Austin Hedges went to the old-fashioned.
That's all right. Let's go. 1
signals.
Fastball, 2 curve, 3 changeup, wiggle.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Curveball, see you later.
Yep.
Strikeout number 4 for Bieber, and that's 9 in a row retired by the right-hander. For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
This is a big mistake right here. They had the hit and run on. Gonzalez ended up stopping, not knowing where the ball was. Didn't get to third base. The difference in that is Bieber gets a strikeout and then gets a ground ball double play and keeps him off the board. Little things like that. That's what goes wrong. You know, they don't execute. They come back and execute defensively and get out of the inning.
Yeah, an error, even though it was on the pitcher, Johnny Cueto, but still another error hurting the White Sox. That led to a run in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Rosario able to get to 3rd, and he ends up scoring. Do the little things consistently every day in baseball, you're gonna win a lot of games. Extra games that are borderline, can go either way. You end up winning those games until you're saying, "Well, we're not that good. We execute."
know, it's funny. There's been Ozzie Guillen supposedly ran into a couple of different people last night and wanted people to tell Tito he loves how this team plays. I've heard their radio people throughout the last 2 days talk about the style that the Guardians play.
Yeah.
And it kind of hits sort of what you just said. People in the first half kind of looked at this and go, oh, they don't have any power. This is what they have to do.
Right.
You know, and they laughed at them. And people around here have admitted they didn't take this team serious. And then by the time they've taken them serious, it's too late.
I ran into Ozzie last night and talked to him on the way out. And he said that exact same thing. I love the way you guys play. You guys play the baseball the right way, the way you should play. You do the little things right. You hustle.
And you know what? That message was relayed to Tito, and he said, that makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because that means we're doing things the right way. When people like us, again, recognize that.
Yeah. And he's been saying it here. I mean, and these people have to listen because you watch them. And from what we've seen playing the White Sox this year, they don't execute a lot of the times. They don't hustle. And we make them look like a totally different team.
They make them look bad.
Yeah,
they
really do. It stands out. You can just see when you put pressure on defenses what can happen. And we've witnessed it all year long. And I'm telling you, there's some weak defensive teams out there, and you force them to do it.
1, 2, 3. 11 straight set down by Bieber. Guardians Baseball brought to you by Chevrolet, the #1 selling family of SUVs in the Cleveland area. Spectrum Mobile. Switch and save with Spectrum Mobile. Nationwide 5G included. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com. And Medical Mutual, the official health insurer of everything you love. And who doesn't love a little Italian beef here on the south side of Chicago? Kia player profile, Stephen Kwan. He had an RBI triple back in the 5th inning. He came in with 5 consecutive multi-hit games. He's got a chance to equal the mark of Ben Francisco and Reggie Jefferson for the most by a Cleveland rookie in the expansion era. Slow chopper up the gut. Cut off by Anderson. Throws it out, 1 down. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen for the left-hander Jake Diekman here in inning number 6 for Chicago. 65th appearance of the year. He's among the league leaders and being able to ramp up and get out there on a regular basis. He came in, I believe that was tied for 6th in the American League in appearances.
That third loss came in game 1 of this series in extra innings. They had a huge inning off him. Heads up, Jose.
Yeah, Diekman was charged with 5 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk, there was an error, there was mayhem.
Yes, there was.
That was in the 11th inning of the series opener.
The Guardians got 2 in the 10th. Chicago comes back, gets 2, tied it back up, and then they unloaded for 5.
Jake Diekman facing Ahmed Rosario, who was 1 for 3. And He takes a pitch outside. Ahmed came in batting .375 in his last 8 games with 15 hits and a dozen runs knocked in. Struck him out. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jose Ramirez, who twice tonight has driven in a run with sacrifice flies, once in the 3rd, once in the 5th. Giving him 117 runs batted in for the year. He came in trailing Aaron Judge for the league lead. Judge with 128 and 60 home runs. This was in the 3rd inning, deep enough to right field to get home Ahmed Rosario, and then in the 5th, opposite field, that carried plenty deep enough to get Stephen Kwan home. Back out of play. Coming into tonight, Rick, Jose's one of those guys, you mentioned it earlier. He's hit .297 on the road with 18 of his 28 homers coming away from Progressive Field.
Yeah, he likes it. Naylor's a guy as well. This part just shows you why.
Back toward the screen. It's in play. And Grandal puts it away. The Guardians go 1-2-3. And we roll on from Chicago. Stretch time, 4-1 Cleveland. 4-1 Guardians lead it. Bottom of the 7th inning. Eloy Jimenez will lead off for Chicago. Low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And Eloy Jimenez goes down. That's strikeout number 5 for Shane Bieber. And let's check out the injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk and Elk. The Chicago White Sox have used the 2nd most different lineups. Only the Tigers have used more. Now, you know, you might think, well, that's because of the injuries, right? And that would stand to reason. The White Sox have certainly had their fair share. And a lot of their injuries, you know, guys like Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert. Kind of in and out of the lineup a lot.
Moncada, him too. He missed a bit of time there.
Andrew Vaughn cuts and misses. However, here's the irony to that. The White Sox, Rick, have only used 44 different players this year. That's the 2nd fewest in all of baseball.
Huh.
So the injuries they've had, they've been player specific, not team wide.
Yeah, gotcha.
But still to have that many moves,
That many different lineups, right?
Yeah, that's wow. So that basically
that's
means
what-
everyone's hit everywhere.
That's what doesn't seem to add up there. Bouncing ball to third, behind the bag. Long throw for Ramirez, but it's on the money for out number 2. And that'll bring up Yasmani Grandal.
Bieber just continues to put it on cruise control. What's it, 13 in a row now?
Yes, sir. Well, again, you know, we mentioned we've seen him do this against the White Sox throughout his career. You know, in his previous starts, walks and hits per innings pitched under 1.
Right.
Strikeouts over 10 per 9 innings.
Yeah, I guess you got to look at it if you're a White Sox. When you're facing, or you're going to match up against Bieber, your pitcher better shut the offense down because he's not going to give up very many. And it seems like when he has been beat, it's because they don't score.
Grandal cuts and misses, and it's 1-2. Grandal takes it the other way for a base hit to snap the string of 13 in a row retired by Bieber.
You know, when you see a guy do that on a swing like that, and it looks so easy to do, you're wondering why a guy like that would hit 200. He just gets a fastball out over the plate, and that's what you do with it. You stay on it, you hit it where it's pitched, hit a line drive, you get a base hit. So that stops the string. They get their 5th hit of the game.
Well, if you're the hitting coach, what do you say? That's got to be the frustrated guy.
I know.
It's like, look at your numbers. Why don't you do this?
Well, yeah, can't you do this a little bit more? But when you see a hitter do it, it looks so easy, doesn't it?
It does look easy.
Yanked foul.
It looks easy and natural.
Right.
You know?
That's that's.
Man, old man and young guy. We got beat twice down the line there. Must be too cold for the ball boys.
Not used to it yet.
First day. It's like a bicycle though, Arch. Come on.
You would think they'd want to get up and start moving to
Right.
get warm.
Bounce foul, third base side. You know, in thinking about Grandal, Rick, you know, his on-base percentage is something people have always pointed to. But I wonder if at some point that can work almost as a negative. You become too passive and you lose that aggressiveness that makes you a great hitter.
It seems like he wants to walk sometimes instead of hit. I mean, just from watching him. You know, we don't get to see him every day.
Or he
Don't
only
know.
wants to swing at his pitch.
Yeah.
And you're not going to just get
Maybe
your
too
pitch.
selective.
Right. And he's got pop. Like he does.
Yeah,
have
he
it.
has. I mean, he's hit some bombs. Not a big contract, but
What have we heard from Chris Valleca at times with some of the young hitters? Don't be too passive. Be aggressive.
Right.
yeah, you can always reel that in. You'd rather see somebody get more, you know, swinging pitches maybe out of the zone.
Great play by Ramirez. He stayed right with it. It stayed fair over the bag. He goes to second for the inning-ending force, and we go to the 8th. 4-1 Guardians. Authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Well, we go now to the 8th inning. And the White Sox once again go to their bullpen. And this is left-hander Aaron Bummer following left-hander Jake. That's not him. But he's out there on the field.
I think Dad's from Cleveland and Mom's from Chicago.
Look at you, Dick Tracy.
What was the first clue?
Josh Naylor. Naylor 2 for 3 tonight, a single in the first inning, and he doubled in the 5th. They were both impressive hits. In the first inning, he beat the shift with a perfectly placed line drive through the right side of the infield. And then in the 5th inning, a double deep into the right field corner. And like Andre said, he hadn't been swinging a hot bat. He was in a bit of a funk. He needed a series like this, and this is the perfect place, the way he swung the bat here all season long, to come to get yourself right. And, you know, like Miles Straw, he's getting right at the perfect time.
He's going to be upset we only come here twice next year.
Diekman just missing.
He may get lucky, Arch. For some reason, I feel like we come here to play the Cubs next year.
Okay. Well,
Chicago.
different ballpark.
Different ballpark, but it's the same city. Different.
So there will be 3 trips to the Windy City next year. 1 to the north side, 2 here. Play the White Sox. Outside, off the glove of Grandal, and full count. The payoff pitch struck him out.
Well, 2023 season tickets are now on sale. You can buy for access to potential 22 postseason games. Season plans begin with just 20 games and feature deep discounts off of box office pricing, flexible ticket exchange discounts, and other exclusive benefits. Call 216-420-HITS.
Andres Jimenez with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Johnny Cueto retired the last 4 that he faced. Aaron Bummer taking over after Jake Diekman retired the side in order in the 7th. So that's 8 in a row retired by Chicago pitchers. Andres Jimenez reached with a 2-out walk in the 5th. He's their last base runner. This could be a tough play. Diekman fires, but he's not in time. Andres Jimenez with his 2nd infield hit of the night. How about that? He's got 2 hits, and neither one of them have gone more than maybe 40, 30,
almost
40
like
feet.
2 bunts. Well, watch how Diekman's got to turn to throw. That took a little time, and now that you can see Jimenez beats it out. I mean, he hit that straight down into the ground. So he's aboard after
The White Sox had retired 8 in a row. And Oscar Gonzalez 0 for 3 to the plate. Fastball strike. Fastball down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez, a tapper back to the mound in the first, grounded to second in the 4th inning, and then struck out with 2 on and 2 out to end the 5th inning. Swings and fouls that off. 1-2. To third, Moncada will go to second for 1. And Gonzalez beats it out at first, 2 down. And up comes Will Brennan, 1 for 3 on the night. Pitch outside, ball 1. Touched on this earlier tonight, but again, to sort of reiterate what has impressed Terry Francona with this particular group of rookies is how they have all come up mentally ready, prepared, understanding of what it is that's going to be asked of them, and whatever particular role that is. And he credited Andy Tracy, the Guardians manager at AAA Columbus, because he said Andy was a guy who went back and forth a lot, didn't stick for a long time in the major leagues. So he's been able to tell these guys, look, when you get called up, this is what Tito's going to ask you to do. You've got to be ready to come off the bench. You've got to stay mentally in the game, even if you're not in the lineup. So He said these guys have all come up, and it's not like we've had to tell them what to do and how to go about it. Brennan shoots one deep the other way, and it's caught by Vaughn. So that will end the top half of the 8th inning, with the Guardians still in front, 4-1. Stay tuned. Guardians Live, presented by Toyota, coming up after the ball game. Alan Jensen with highlights, analysis, and a whole lot more. Keep your eye on the ball. That young man's doing a pretty good job.
Squaring it up.
Something the White Sox have not been able to do tonight against Shane Bieber. They have 5 hits through 7 innings. They had 2 hits back-to-back with 2 outs in the first inning, accounting for their only run of this game. Bieber trying to work through the 8th inning, just as Tristan McKenzie did last night. There's a long drive to deep right field, and that is gone. A home run for Gavin Sheets. That'll be his 14th of the year. He came into tonight batting just 167 in the month of September after he hit 359 in August. The White Sox have been wondering what happened to Gavin Sheets. Well, he just got him 1 run closer with a solo shot, and it's 4-2.
Well, there's that, what's that?
Cutter, maybe?
Little cutter that he left up a little bit and out over the plate, and he gave it a ride.
Romy Gonzalez, weak ground ball to Jimenez. He'll throw him out. 1 down. Well, Shane Bieber tonight, he has 5 strikeouts, has not walked a batter.
Yeah, that's another great sign. That's the one thing he hasn't been doing, walking anybody, staying aggressive, making them put it in play. You know, and again, he's out there for 8 innings, and his last number of starts here in the month of September, he's been able to get deep into the ball game. Last start against Minnesota, 8 innings. He went 6 1/3, 8 and 7. You know, in September, so he's been able to give you a lot of innings, take a lot of that pressure off the bullpen.
Trevor Stephan is up in the Cleveland bullpen just in case. Elvis Andrus takes a strike. It may be a situation, Rick, where if Bieber allows another base runner, he may go to Trevor Stephan.
Yeah, right.
Matt, we mentioned this in the Minnesota series. Now we can do it here. That's going to go foul. But last night, Tristan McKenzie, 8 innings, 0 walks. The night before, Aaron Savali started, first time back in a while, 5 innings. He only had 1 walk. That is the only walk Guardian pitchers have given this series.
That's you don't give up extra base runners. That's
the bullpen's not giving them up either. That's the beautiful thing.
I know. Well, you got to hit your way on. They're not going to give you anything. And the one thing about this White Sox team, they're last in the league in walks, or second to last. I'm sorry, 367 coming into the ball game. Only Detroit has fewer than them.
We go through so many stats. If I had the time, I would do it, or maybe I'll have it ready for tomorrow.
Oh, a nice play by Jimenez.
Beautiful play.
Him of a hit. Elvis Andrus tried to shoot one right back through the middle of the infield, and Elvis was denied by Andres Jimenez.
But it's amazing to me this week, and on all these big games between Minnesota and the Guardians, the Sox and the Guardians, they haven't walked anybody, guys. I mean, this is for 2 weeks now. They've only walked a handful of batters.
Makes it nice, doesn't it?
Stay aggressive, attack.
It changes the game. It truly does.
Yohan Moncada 0 for 3 tonight. And it got by Naylor on the short hop attempt. He's going to go for 2, and the throw will not be in time. It'll be a 2-out double for Moncada. That might be the end of the line for Bieber.
Yeah, I think it
Terry
is.
Francona.
Yeah, I think it will be. That ball, Moncada really hit that ball hard. It shoots by Naylor. Watch this. I mean, that's not a lot of time for reactions there. So he'll cruise into second base with his 15th double.
But another solid outing from Shane Bieber as he will leave with a runner at second and 2 down in the 8th. It's a 4-2 Guardians lead. Trevor Stephan coming on when we come back. Bieber will watch the rest of this one from the dugout. Trevor Stephan coming on with the tying run at the plate. Jose Abreu will be the batter, 1 for 3 on the night with a double and a run scored. Stephan's 61st appearance on the year. "17 inherited runners this year for Stephan. 5 have scored. Jose Abreu came in 4th in the league in batting average.
Well, he's the guy they want up in a situation like this.
Foul back out of play. Abreu, we saw it the other night. He took a pitch from Emmanuel Clase and shot it into right field.
Yeah, it was a high breaking ball. He left up.
right back, 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, that's the pitch that he's going to try and shoot the other way. That fastball, it runs in on him. Don't make a mistake with the breaking ball or the splitter here.
Fouled back into the seats. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Three fastballs to Jose Abreu, all of them upper 90s. With the splitter. Oh, that was nasty. Strikes him out to end the inning, and we'll go to the ninth. 4-2 Cleveland. Keep playing the game. Boy, this was great. 2 outs, nobody on base. Jose Ramirez squibs one off the end of the bat. It goes for an infield hit. Then Josh Naylor, he beats the shift with a perfectly placed line drive hit. So first and third, 2 down, and then Jimenez comes up and surprises Chicago with a perfect bunt. And that gets him the first run of the night.
Yeah. So 2 outs, nobody on, and they manufactured a run there. That was well done.
And remember, Cleveland, so good when they score first. They're 63-20 on the year when they score first. And as Tito says, it's not just scoring first, but score first and score next. And they were able to continue to score while the White Sox answered in the bottom of the first, but then they didn't score again until the bottom of the 8th inning. Reynaldo Lopez facing Austin Hedges, and there's a ball right field. Gavin Sheets, 1 away. And that'll bring up Miles Straw, who was 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a run scored in the 5th, and extended his hitting streak to a career best 11 games. A sharp contrast for Miles. He's batted .333 in the month of September.
Yeah, he wants to forget the month of August.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it.
It's not worth it.
Put that away.
Yep, it's in the past.
Fastball strike to the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Way outside. Right side of the infield, Jose Abreu says, I'll take it. He does. 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and Stephen Kwan. Another chance for a multi-hit game, trying to run that streak to 6 in a row.
That'd be something. big RBI triple in the 5th inning. After Straw got a base hit to start it and then scored on Ramirez's sacrifice fly. So yeah, it'd be nice to see him get one more single here.
You know, the other thing about Stephen Kwan, Rick, is that while he only has 5 home runs this year, he now has 44 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot.
You know, he's not a homer guy. You know, they'll come from just nice quick swings where he clips it perfectly. His job is to get on base and score runs, and that's what he's done a terrific job at.
Left center field, Andrew Vaughn makes the catch. They go 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cleveland up 4-2. Bring on Clase. Oh, it's a hold. I mean, God bless it. Emmanuel Clase coming on to pitch here in the bottom of the 9th. Eloy Jimenez, Andrew Vaughn, Yasmani Grandal due up for Chicago. And Clase the All-Star coming on here. He has a league best 36 saves on the year.
Stephan came in and got his job done. It was a one-hitter, a strikeout to Abreu. Turn it over to Clase.
And a strike called. 99 miles an hour to Eloy Jimenez. .98 down low. Jimenez 18 runs batted in now in his last 15 games after he drove in Chicago's first run of the night. That caught Austin Hedges on the follow through, and that couldn't have felt too good.
No, never when you get hit with that bat, man. Guys, we see that often. Watch the extension. Comes back one hand, and that bat ends up clipping him on the back of the glove. And it hits that hand. Darn, that's got to hurt. He wanted to stay right there and tie him up, but he threw that nasty little cut piece there. Gets the strikeout.
Powered it right past him, 1 down.
Yeah, just watch. He's sitting there, wanted it in, but he threw it right down there at 99 with a little cut action to it, and then swings and misses, gets the first out.
Now Andrew Vaughn 0 for 3 on the night, called out on strikes back in the first inning, has grounded out twice since then. And a foul back. Just a bit high with that slider, and that's a pitch. When he throws it, he wants that down at the bottom of the strike zone. And Vaughn sends a fastball sky high to right. Gonzalez makes the catch, 2 away. And the White Sox are down to their last out as Yasmani Grandal comes to the plate, 1 for 3 on the night. Fastball in off the plate. And a count 1-1. There's that slider, and that's where he wants it down. Bottom of the strike zone, and maybe just breaking out of the zone so that it appears like a strike, but it finishes out of the strike zone. And that will fastball in off the plate. 2-1. The Guardians 1 out away from reducing that magic number down to just 5. The 2-1. Fouled back out of play.
Oh, 1 strike away.
Chicago thought they had Cleveland right where they wanted them. They had them within their sights. But the Guardians simply never looked over their shoulder. They just kept plowing straight ahead. 2-2. Ground ball to third. Jose. He fields, he fires, book it. The Guardians come to Chicago and sweep the White Sox. They dominate the series and reduce their magic number to clinch the Central Division title to just 5. Emmanuel Clase with save number 37, as Cleveland is now 83-67 on the year. They win 12 out of the 19 matchups against Chicago. Shane Bieber is now a 12-game winner. And the White Sox are just 2 games over 500 now. A very disappointing 76-74 on the year.
Well, they come to Chicago and they did what they wanted to do. They ended up sweeping the series. They were coming in here, and then Chicago was expecting, and that's what they needed to come up against the Guardians. They could not do it, and they flipped the table on them. And I'll tell you what, that's very impressive. These guys are rolling right now, and they're playing with a lot of confidence, and things are looking mighty fine right now.
Hey, you know, I don't think there was ever any malice intended by Elvis Andrus when he said that he thought Cleveland might crumble. But the bottom line is this team has really showed their mettle, their toughness.
Yeah, they sure have. They really have, and they're on a roll, and they're not going to want to stop either.
No, I don't think there's any looking back now for this ball club. They move on to Texas to take on the Rangers, and we'll be there to bring it for you tomorrow night from the Lone Star State. Time now for Guardians Live with Al and Jensen. And boy, guys, this was about as impressive a series as there has been all season long. I know the Minnesota 5-gamer had a lot of importance attached to it, but this one, to come into Chicago and just hand it to them, was mighty impressive.